Get off. Don't. You. Stop it. She wants to get inside the bloody case. Bloody cat. But anyway, as you can see here, this is another hardware-based video looking at the new upgrades that I have made to this system, as you see in front of you, which is there. So that's the system there, and yeah, anyway, and right, so the reasons, this is also the reasons why I have not been able to do any videos, but also because of personal issues that I've had, and family issues and other things as life likes to throw at us and everything like that. But anyway, so let's get into the hardware upgrades. So as you may notice, I have upgraded my CPU, which is there, upgraded my graphics card, and also upgraded my motherboard, but more into that as we go on to the video. So the first upgrade, as you can see there, which is my Ryzen 9 9550 X3D. Now the reasons why I chose an X3D as an upgrade will be more apparent in the further into the video, and also I've upgraded the graphics to a AMD Radeon RX9070. It is the ASUS STRIX version, and as I said, it's a OC, not an XT version. I did have a bit of a look into the XT versions, but for what I wanted to use it for, excuse me, the OC version seemed to be more of my cup of tea, as you may think, as they say over here, sorry. So the OC version is in the system, and yeah, so those are the upgrades. This is OCCT. This is a great piece of software that you can use for the stability issues, for other things. I'd love to do more, or probably will do actually, a more deeper dive onto this piece of software, because I have shown it off up to now. I think it's twice now on this channel and on my TikTok channel. So anyway, let's get on to the actual hardware while the cat messes around with the bloody cat tray. Right, so let's have a look at this motherboard and this upgrades. So the motherboard, as I said, is a ASUS STRIX B850 Wi-Fi enabled motherboard. Now the reasons why I chose the ASUS STRIX, I have had another ASUS STRIX that was a B350 or maybe B450, I can't remember, but it was an ASUS STRIX, and I quite do like the ASUS motherboards. It's a better BIOS upgrading system and a better other things like that. Bloody hell, the cat. She's a nightmare. Right, so the CPU is a 9950 X3D. Now, the 9950 X3D, the reasons why I chose that was because of me basically playing a lot of Borderlands. That's what urged me to upgrade the CPU and the GPU. Borderlands, as we know, is very demanding. It's a very unstable game. It's a very, one time you can have very good performance for it, and other times the computers, even the high spec computers or medium spec computers, will run like a 386 out of the DOS building days. So it's all this. So I chose an X3D not just mainly for Borderlands, but also because I do a lot of content creation, i.e. this video, and I do a lot of lives, and I do a lot of video editing. I do a lot of photo editing and other things like that, and also I do a lot of graphics design as well, and other things like that. So I do a lot of creative work with it. And sorry for the wonkiness of the video, I'm using my phone. And the last upgrade was the RX9070 OC version ASUS ROG STRIX graphics card. Now, I had a choice between a few graphics cards of the 9070 versions, but as always, it always depends on what you can actually get at that specific time. And when I was looking, I could only get this graphics card for a reasonable, just over £600. I purchased the CPU for as well around 600, and I think the motherboard cost me about 270, I think it was. But I will put all the links in the description below so you can have a look at the prices that I put it at. And and the main reason for the upgrade, or the main reason for me not producing any videos, is because this little sweet system developed a quite annoying fault, and the fault wasn't anything to do with the hardware that was using. The hardware that was using at that time was a ASUS Prime B850 motherboard, a Ryzen 7700, and a RX7800 XT. Now, for that system, I got quite a good performance out of it until it sort of had this unbelievable, unclueless, unsolvable, what I thought was unsolvable fault, where I would turn on the system, and what it would do would switch itself on with all the lights, all the eye candy as you see here, and it would not either boot up, or it would not even it would not post. Sorry for that, I got a bit of out of train of thought. So what it would do it would switch on, it wouldn't post, it would switch itself straight off, and you would have to turn it off by the power supply, by the power switch on the back of the PSU, and then it would either let you switch it on again, or you would have to leave it. And if it would get all the way to load up to Windows, it wouldn't necessarily stay switched on, and it would switch straight off, and it just kept happening, and this took me about 2 weeks to solve. I bought the hardware within less than I think it was less than a week, and well, I bought the hardware actually less than a day. I just went out and spent an absolute fortune buying all this hardware, and the only thing that carried over was obviously the RAM and the storage, and as I will say, the PSU. And I know many of you may think it was a PSU issue, because that's what I thought towards the end, but no, it seemed to be one of these power cables. I think it was that power cable there, right? Now, and also my fault when I built the system. What I did, and what you should never do, is I mixed up the orientation of the power supply. So most power supplies have got a fan that blows air out of the power supply, sucks in air from the back, blows it out underneath. Now this thing was oriented where the power supply would suck air in here and blow air out of these vents here. Now you might think, well, fair enough, it'll just blow out on the side. That's what I thought, but no, because of the power supply overheating and basically power surging, and also I think it was because of that cable there, which I am actually going to replace the cable. Replacing power cables isn't really something that's very easy to replace. You can't just go out down to your local PC store or hardware store or even places like B&Q and get one of these power cables. No, these will have to come. I will have to go to THERMALTAKE themselves and get a specific power cable for this. So it's a bit of a but it seems to be running alright at the moment. I'm using both power cables, so this has got 2 power connectors on the top of the motherboard, so I'm using both, which it's pulling about 170 watt for the CPU, which is not bad. And yeah, so that was the issue. So it was a power supply issue. So yeah, so the moral of the story is get your power supply tested, because I didn't actually get this tested. I bought this off another local retailer, both with the case and the other system that I had. The power supply came with the other system, built with the other system in mind, and so it's been a bit of a going round in circles and one hell of a time, and so that is the reasons why I've not been able to produce any videos recently, but I'm hoping to produce this. And I hope you really like this video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment down below, and follow me on TikTok. I will be doing lives very shortly. I don't know when. I haven't worked out a schedule yet. There's still a lot happening here. I've still got a lot to do with here. And anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time on another video. But for now, bye for now. Bye.